All right, everything's rolling.
Do they know where we're going?
I have no idea. I don't think I know where I'm going.
You know where you're going.
Where am I going?
You don't know where you're going?
No.
Oh.
Where are we going?
Then why are you driving?
That's what I said.
Okay. I'm okay with it.
Where are we going?
We're just driving down the road.
We're
driving down the road. We're going to talk about your favorite car, the Dodge Challenger Hellcat. I've had about 6 minutes of drive time in it.
Chase wants to take it through a car wash, it looks like.
Oh yeah, he wants to go to the car wash.
Terrible's car wash. Perfect.
That's exactly what we needed.
Perfect.
797 horsepower.
A lot of horsepower. I'll give you that, bro.
707 pound-feet of
Ton
torque.
of torque. I mean, it's torque. It's a monster.
Oh
I mean,
yeah, it's an axe murderer is what it is.
I'm already under the impression that you don't like this car.
It's not my favorite. My uncle has a Challenger. It's purple, plum crazy purple, and it's got like flames coming up. So like the only other time I've ever driven one is that
your
one.
uncle's name Joe Dirt?
No, it's Mike. It's Mike.
All right, Mike. Let's see your Challenger.
Yeah. I think he likes it because his car is actually stick shift, and this one you can only get.
You can't have it.
Yeah.
I know you don't like the looks of this car. It's dated for sure. This design has been around for a while, but when it came out, I thought the car was really hot because it reminds me of the original, and not only just outside, but a lot of the details inside, like the gauge cluster and stuff. It just brings back those things. We came.
I'm pretty sure we came from that direction.
We're lost.
No, we're not. We're temporarily disoriented.
Isn't that the same thing?
Negative.
I have a feeling this does not have a very good turning radius.
Steer with the rear, my friend.
The traction in the back of this car is
I will say, well, it's not good. It's definitely not good, but we were kind of, we were putting some power down to it and watching the DCS go off, and it was more than I expected. It did handle it better than I was expecting, so, I mean, it's got something. I expected less, I guess. I expect like a Mustang going into a crowd type deal out of this car.
Well, listen, we're probably that close to it at any moment. Especially with this particular car, it does not have the best set of tires on the back.
And with me in the driver's seat.
Yeah, well, you know, you get a heavy. She's lightweight, but a heavy foot.
Yeah.
All of her weight is in the right foot.
Hellcat Challenger Redeye.
Yep.
With the red key.
We got the red key. What's the other key? Black?
I believe so, yeah. Why would you even care about the other key?
Boom. It's got a panic button, which is what you're going to be doing in a minute when I go around this corner.
Doubt it.
When they dropped this car is when they released like the new body style of the Mustang and the Camaro at the same time for that generation.
Yeah.
And this one was the least impressive to me, personally.
I would agree on that,
personally.
Yeah. You put this car, let's say you take this car and you put it on a track with a GT350 Mustang.
Yeah.
You know, this has 800 horsepower. It's pretty good as long as that track stays straight.
Right.
It's not going to keep up with those track-ready cars
no.
in any way.
No chance at all.
Here we go. See that is the reason you buy this car. So the GT500 that we had a couple days ago, we'll drop a link to that video in the description below.
Yes,
the exhaust was pretty loud, and that was factory exhaust.
Sounded great.
Sounded great. You almost never heard the supercharger. When you really got on it, you heard just a very low volume, whine from the supercharger. You always hear the supercharger.
This supercharger sounds like a baby screaming at you all constantly.
It's there. And you get the exhaust. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. Well done. It adds a new dimension, to the driving experience of a car like this when you have all of that together, Especially the way they try to make a car so quiet now.
Why are they doing that?
I don't know if they think that it's some sort of sign of quality or...
Yeah, if I wanted a Mercedes-Benz, I would get one.
Right. It's not every car is supposed to be a luxury car, man.
A lot of cars drive by my house and I think, why isn't that car louder?
Yeah.
I'm not one of these Karens in my neighborhood, complaining about the noise. It's definitely a big hulking thing compared to, say, a Mustang or a...
Yeah, this car is built on a Mercedes-Benz chassis, a sedan chassis from like the mid-90s. So yes, it's a big car. It's substantially larger than the Camaro and the Mustang. It's heavier.
It's definitely, you can feel it's a heavy car.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not real nimble.
So everything about the car, and like we were talking about earlier, the Mustang and the Camaro have gone through 2 generations since this car came out. Dodge has done a good job of keeping it somewhat fresh, and that they've just, they've added on package after package after package.
So it seems like to me most of the changes Dodge has made has all been how much more can I stuff under the hood?
Yeah, it's like performance package stacked on performance package. Because like this is the Hellcat Redeye, so you know they had several things that came along, and then there was the Hellcat, and then now there's the Hellcat Redeye.
Right. What's next? They're not afraid of big old graphics.
Yeah.
Even back in the 60s, you know, they'll put Hemi down the side of the car. No one else does that.
Yeah.
Know? And I like that. I like that big bold design. There are a number of fruit flies in this car. Have you been?
I've not seen one.
There's like 6 of them flying around right now. Have you been making like fermenting something in here? Are you making like bathtub hooch in the back?
No comment.
A bathtub would fit back there.
Yeah.
Tons of room in the back. I mean, you could fit a full-grown man back
or
there.
like 4 Hannahs.
Easily.
It's 2-person. I could fit 4 Hannahs back there easily.
You could easily get back there 4 of you. The horsepower in this car does not match the tires. This thing could use a lot more meat and a better set of rubber. All
right.
Yeah. A little tire slip.
All back tire.
Yeah, I'm surprised you can keep a set of tires in this car. It doesn't take much to make them break loose.
Yeah, I've picked up on that already.
Yeah, you're probably changing tires more often than you're changing oil.
Oh, for sure.
You can you lay your foot on the pedal just a quarter way and the tires are going to break loose.
Yeah, last night Hannah and I were rolling about 70, 75, and I floored it, and it got sideways, you know.
Listen to that supercharger.
Yeah.
And that's, I mean, I'm not at, that's very light throttle.
Yeah, if you're wanting a car that's going to be like quiet and you can hear your music, and then I mean, clearly it's the wrong car for you because that supercharger's pretty like pronounced.
You're going to need a big stereo to cover that up.
Yeah.
I like the interior except for the seats. I think they could have been better designed because like if you hit the corner hard, you're going to slide right out of this thing.
Yeah.
It's comfy though. I thought I could go on a road
It's
trip.
kind of like a lounge chair.
Yeah, exactly. I said, I feel like I'm in a recliner in my living room. I didn't mean to jump in the car and be completely negative. I just think this seat is like a big. I feel like I'm in a big, like you said, like a big truck.
Yeah, the first thing that popped in my mind was like the old school, like full size vans. You know, like before the minivan, like the
like the captain chair in the back.
Right.
Yeah.
They got the big. They feel like big vehicles.
I'll tell you this. I know that if I decide to get into a corner, this seat is not going to give. I'm going to slide right over there in your lap.
It's got.
So I hope you're ready for that.
The seats have a little bit of bolstering, but it's insufficient, especially for a car that is going to want to be sideways a lot. And
yeah,
slung.
it's not to say that I don't like this. I like the seat just in a different way. If I was going on a road trip, this is comfy. It's got some nice, it's got some nice pieces to it. Some of it's a little plasticky, but typical American bean counters inside Dodge, probably made that decision that that shouldn't be made of metal. Well, let's use plastic.
Everything that's kind of above your hips is actually not bad.
Right, yeah, the leather's nice, the stitching. Yeah. It's got this sort of carbon fiber-ish material. Is that carbon fiber? It's a weird looking carbon fiber if it is. I think it is carbon fiber. It's laid out well. I like the dash. I like the look of it. It's very old school. Like that reminds me of late '60s muscle cars. Mm-hmm. Those gauges. They did a nice job with the design. Yeah, I think that was the part of this early design of this car. How old is this design? 2008.
Oh yeah, it's about right. 2007 or 8. I will say one of the high points in this car, beyond the performance aspects, is it is very ergonomic. Everything is where you feel like it should be. Everything is very easy to use. If you want to call it the infotainment system, is very intuitive. Again, everything is where you think it should be. Your hand, where your hand is going. When you're looking for things, it's naturally there. It has a lot of adjustability and customization and all the performance specs that you can get in there into the little SRT menu and everything. There's just so much that you can do in there, but it's not like confusing. You don't feel like you're getting lost. Like whatever it is you're looking for or trying to do,
it's easy to get.
It's easy to do. Like I said, it's intuitive, which is the exact opposite again of that Lamborghini we were in yesterday.
Not intuitive at all.
Yeah, the simplest tasks were laborious. It was just
right.
The
I mean, it was an ordeal for me to change the radio station and adjust the audio,
or to use the nav.
The nav.
It wasn't something you could quickly do. And this one.
And not only was it was also very slow.
Yeah.
It looked incredible.
Cool.
The design is cool.
Yeah.
But everything else about it. But this one is, you're right, a lot of adjustability. Like right here in this launch control setup, the ability to change the engine hold RPM for your launch, depending on maybe the track conditions or what tires you have or whatever. So everything is laid out well. I'd say, in general, more than the average entertainment system. We'll pull up to this closed gas pump where we get some Monster Energy. But this video is not sponsored by Monster Energy.
But if they would like to sponsor,
it could be.
Please reach out.
It could be.
GearheadTour.com collab tab.
Exactly. I like the look of it. I know you don't care for it, but
It's grown on me just a little bit since we started, you know, driving it today and last night. Just
driving this around on like, it's got a lot of power and that's fun.
Yeah.
So on the sound of the supercharged,
yeah,
mixed with the exhaust, it's got a cool, you know.
That's like all we could hear in the Tesla was from like the right or the left side. You couldn't see it, but you could just hear it doing things around us. So that was kind of cool, yeah.
Of all the cars we've been in this week, this is probably my least favorite. I'm not trying to be too negative about the car.
Yeah.
For Challenger owners, people who are Challenger owners out there,
there's a huge following.
I promise they love them.
Yeah.
And I'm not against a Challenger. I like it. And when they first came out, I thought about even getting one. I ended up with a Camaro. This car just lacks a certain number of things that I don't like. But for the people who are looking for this, it's probably exactly what they want.
Yeah. I mean, how much does this car cost brand new?
I'll have to look it up.
Yeah, we'll have to look into that.
It's right here on the screen because I looked it up.
I could see like high 70s.
I think maybe it's
like
in the 60s to 70s.
Yeah.
So for a lot of people, I'm sure this is their dream car, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, Hannah. I'm not like a brand specific person. I'm like, it's Mopar or no car.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, I wouldn't drive a Ford if my wife needed to go to the hospital.
You're not gonna persuade me to change. I wouldn't mind trying like a donut or two.
Okay. Here?
No, not right here.
I mean, this is a busy intersection.
Yeah.
But if you want to do it,
no, dog.
Hannah's going to do a donut in the intersection of Warm Springs and Durango.
Oh my god.
Hello, Las Vegas.
I could probably do it, but I'm not going to. I'm not.
Okay.
No.